Hello everyone, it's Darren back in the toy barn, and we are ready to tell you about some fantastic sales that we had today. My son Jordan, the Hoarding King, also had one, but we don't know really what it's sold for right now. He didn't give us the information, but he did make a silver coin sale, so congratulations, Jordan. The Hoarding King's his store on eBay. We also have two sales that are on deck, and I think one from Mercari, one from eBay. So the two sites are hitting. Our sales have been overall a little bit slower, and when I talk a little bit, I'm talking god awful. So I'm trying to be nice here. Oh my Lord. But I'm just saying awful, because we were down to where we've had on all three of our sites, not including Poshmark very much. Pretty much I think we're running 6 to 8 sales, and that has been basically the average, and most of those sales come from basically 3 o'clock to about 11 o'clock at night, and then sometimes we'll get some pepperings in from 11ish to about 2 o'clock. Then it just goes dead till, I'm going to say, what, 12 to 3? Somewhere 12 o'clock to 3. It varies depending upon the day, and it seems like whatever eBay's doing, I wish they'd hurry up and get done. We thought they was done because things were going way better, and then Kathy went on vacation. All of a sudden we tanked. Now, some of that was our fault for shutting the store off, but you don't want to make sales that say you got to get them out tomorrow when you're not there for tomorrow, right?
Well, I've been back for almost 2 weeks.
Yeah, so you see what's going on? Right. But anyway, Kathy, we've had, again, how many you say? 11 sales today on eBay and Mercari. So things aren't bad, but today it just really needs to pick up. It's been really slow, really slow. Usually by now, in the worst, we're having 4 or 5 sales on 2 to 3 sites. And with Kathy doing the new store, which she's put a link in it in our area,
Description, yeah.
in our description, it should be showing up as Madcap Toys Plus. So keep an eye out for that, because that's going to have a variety of items going online that Kathy's going to be putting on there for us. And maybe once in a while I'll help out. I've pretty much taken over Madcap Toys to make sure that stays up and keeps moving. But we're doing a little moving our stock around to try to put some new life into some older stock that we think eBay's either letting die on the vine, or they're not showing it unless we want to advertise it 20%. That ain't going to happen. So, you know how it is as store owners out there. But guys, how's your sales been? Have you seen a up, a down, nothing's changed moment? Give us a comment down below. Let us know, because things are just a little bit off for us at this point.
I think it can be too, June is big on vacations. June is big on weddings.
Right.
June is big on graduations.
Well, so, June, as far as I know, unless things have changed, you guys out there again can tell me in the comments below. I think June is the most popular time for marriages. And it's the most popular time thus for anniversaries and celebrations. And then in our region, at least, you get a little bit of it where the family seems to go out when they get the kids off school. A lot of people take more than above average vacations during this month, and then you get some in July and August, and right before school starts, at least in our area, the last of August or 1st of September. When are they going this year? Do you know?
Our kids are first week of August.
First week of August. Is that for both sets?
Yes. Both.
Okay, so both of the schools that our grandkids currently go to. So be sure and hide bailing, because dude, they're going to come for you.
In a few years. They got time.
They got a couple of years to try to figure out how to stay out of school, right? Of course, everybody says, don't say that, but some of us don't like school. All right, come on, babe.
Oh, my Lanta. Hey, guys. Kathy here, Madcap Toys. You are back in the toy barn. I hope you're doing fantastic. And for you today, it is Friday, you're the end of your week, so hopefully you have shorted up and made some great sales. So it's been happening for us. We have the consistency. Like I said, June is a time for weddings, for vacations, for graduations out east, stuff like that. So I can understand why it could have a slight slowdown, but we're still making bank. We're not where we really want to be goal-wise yet, but I think it can catch up. I think we can work on it.
I think my numbers say we're about 1,500 to 1,700 down from where we would really like to be.
Yeah.
And if we really went to the high end of where we should be, we're about probably $3,000 down.
Right. So I think it'll pick up definitely. But before we begin, if you haven't already, what are you doing? Subscribe to the Madcap Toys family. We want you to be a part of us. Also, got to hit that bell for all notifications, because each and every time we upload content, of course, you're going to be the first to know. And you know we love your comments and we love your engagement and support. So keep it coming.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
I got something to talk to you about, okay? Can we discuss something for a minute? Can we have some discussion?
Go ahead.
Had some hearsay over the YouTube community.
We haven't verified.
And it's not, yeah, we kind of sort of verified it.
So you verified it.
I verified it. So I believe it is true, but it was either last Friday, the Friday before, I don't know. So you guys are seeing this a little later than you probably seen it normally. But have been told and looked it up for myself. And it shows that Mercari had, under the U.S. division, I believe,
branch,
did some kind of a mass layoff. So it was a little... Of course, there was a little bit of concern about that, right? We've been on Mercari since 2019, October 2019. So we've been on there almost 5 years. So, yeah, it's a little bit concerning, right? When you have over 8,500 items plus on there, right? So, got this little article. I'm not going to read the whole thing to you guys. I'm not going to bore you to death, too. You probably maybe have already read it. It says, an ex-Mercari employee has confirmed that 45% figure, saying that represents about 100 roles that were eliminated across the U.S. this week. So this was posted on June 13th. So roughly a weekish ago, right?
So we're about 7 days behind. So has this been verified?
Yes, across the board.
And what source does that come from? I mean, who's reporting this?
LipstickAlley.com.
Okay,
this is one of the ones.
News source.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what it's called.
Is that a real thing?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And there's some other articles on there as well. So if you don't believe me, look it up for yourself. Mercari U.S. layoffs, etc. June 2024. An internal message shared with a resource shows Mercari U.S. CEO breaking the news, saying employees had showed up with talent, professionalism, and grit during some tough times, but the business has not performed well amid macro headwinds and admittedly some strategic mistakes. They went on to list some of the strategic mistakes, explaining that the company grew too quickly in the belief that they would have continued growth from pandemic highs. They were hoping to keep that pandemic high. Remember the pandemic high me and Daren did?
Yep.
Wow, it was the greatest thing.
It was artificial.
It was artificial, but it was the greatest thing happening to us. One of the best years we had in a while.
Okay, so they got massive growth because basically people were being laid off at the time. They was getting unemployment, so these people did a side job, i.e. Mercari, eBay, etc.
Well, think about it. At the time, I was working for a publishing company. This was pre-pandemic. We had signed on Mercari, I believe it was October 2019. So that would have been roughly 6 months before the pandemic hit.
Right.
Things were stale. Things were kind of, you know what I mean? And so that's why we kind of hopped on.
And eBay was still down there.
So they were hoping that high from 2020 on would stay soaring, right? But it didn't happen, right? It didn't happen. Didn't happen with us.
Right.
You know, things kind of went a little bit down in 2021, right? And continued to plummet a little bit. That ultimately did not materialize in taking responsibility for not successfully navigating the post-pandemic landscape.
I think some of their failures, in my personal opinion, is the NASCAR advertisement, because that's got to be god-awful expensive. Not to mention the Super Bowl ad that since that time seems like they've gone into the gutter as far as sales, to me.
Right.
And I think, you know how it is with bad advertising. We've done that.
There could have been some areas that could have needed improvement with that. He also admitted what many have feared since March, the changes in Mercari's fee structure may have convinced sellers to list more items on the site, but have not had the hoped for impact on active buyers. So it may have helped sellers, but the buyers kind of looked at it like extra fees. Are you kidding me? Kind of thing.
But here's the thing. If most people look at their credit card when they go to, let's say, Dollar General, which we did today, you're going to get charged a fee most of the time.
Right.
They just don't really think about it because it's sort of buried into the equation.
Right.
You know?
Since more recently, changes to our fee structure have helped us increase listings, of course, right?
That's what their goal was.
But have not yet delivered the short-term results that we had hoped for on the buyer side. To remain viable in the U.S. market and ultimately get back on track, we must cut costs and consolidate quickly. So how they cut costs is they drop, a percentage of drop people. Of course, impacted employees were provided with COBRA coverage and separation packages determined by individual tenure at the company.
Right.
They have not responded for comment.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you about a lot of the customers. Mercari sucks as far as customer service.
Yeah, it gets a little bit.
When you go there as a seller to
now.
talk to them, you can't hardly find anybody to talk to if
It's
you even
not
get
been.
with
It's
them.
not been
Yeah.
great on that, and that's
So
just
that's their first problem. If they want to get buyers in there, they're going to have to be customer service oriented.
Sure.
But they're also going to have to speak to us sellers because buyers aren't always right.
right. Absolutely,
I mean,
absolutely.
so they're going to have to get more out there for those of us that are sellers and buyers, so that we have somebody other than a computer you're typing into that comes up with some abbreviated statement that means nothing to
Right,
you.
exactly. So let us know in the comments below if you have read this up on it too. Maybe you have more to share about it.
Yeah. Put it in the
but it
comments
kind of
below.
was a little bit shocking to me.
Yeah.
Not surprising, but a little shocking that it happened right now, right? So just let me know what you've heard. Anything else to add to it? What you think, how it's going to affect Mercari sellers alike? Let us know. Would love
Well,
to
you're
hear
not going to
from
make
you.
the world happy.
No.
Somebody's going to get offended at something.
Sure.
And I'm going to be honest with you, if most sites were run like the businesses out there, the customers do get feed.
Right.
When you buy some, for instance, with us, when they used a credit card, we didn't have nothing to do with it, but the credit card company would charge them oftentimes.
Right.
Especially if it was under a certain limit.
Right.
If it was over a certain limit with the company we used at the time that processed the cards, most of the time it wouldn't incur a fee, and I think the limit was like below 50.
Right.
But if it was, then you got some kind of fee, and that can add a little bit, like
It can.
5% maybe, or 2.5%, whatever it is. At the time.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. All right, so let's get it cooking. So we do have some eBay sales. We do have some Mercari sales. Poshmark, you kind of left us hanging in the bag here for a few days. So what's going on, right? So we're just gonna let it come from here and see what gives. We do, like Daren said, have 2 pending orders, one on eBay, Mercari, that it will be on the next vid.
Yep.
But we're gonna shoot these out. I already had the labels printed, so all I gotta do is pack them, slap that label on, and we're good to
took
go.
advantage of that holiday, didn't you?
That's what we did, and that's a good thing. So let's start it out here. Let's go with the bundle. There was a bundle that happened that, I don't know, Daren, did you work that bundle deal?
I did not.
Yeah.
He is also a repeat buyer because he bundled a set on his own, but he bought a set or 2 prior, I think.
Okay, perfect. So he bundled up some weapons. And
Which, by the way, I am putting on a mass amount of weapons, parts, and accessories for G.I. Joe, Leonard, the Corp series, and Chapmate, and various other units can use it, like Buck Rogers, and what's that other series I was talking about? Oh, I can't remember. But go ahead.
we're going ahead. All right, so this person did a bundle. They did the G.I. Joe Leonard, the Corpse Chapmate weapons part accessory lot, 15 pieces. And he bought that, right? Very good deal, though. And I'll get to the order in just a second. And he also bundled, if I can pull it up, it's always on 2 different pages, right? And then he also bundled the 1980s
You need help.
4-piece. No, I think I should be okay. Yeah. The 1980s 4-piece Hasbro G.I. Joe, Leonard, etc., etc., etc. So just 2 bags of weapons, basically. And it's going out to Gunner. Hey, Gunner, thanks so much for coming back.
Appreciate
We
it.
appreciate it. And I believe it sold for $8 plus
Shipping to boot.
shipping to boot.
Which, by the way, that's a question I need other people to answer. How do they incorporate shipping into Mercari as far as your business book, seeing as you don't get the money, but we do have to buy the supplies, the material for packing, and also purchase the shipping label out of that money, but
So are you
Mercari
talking-
keeps the overage, basically, if there is any.
don't have an answer to that.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out if I need to change up my bookwork a little bit. You know.
I don't know. That's a good question. Now, I think he also bought this too separately.
Yes.
I did have two. So this is the G.I. Joe Leonard Chapman 9-piece weapons lot C. So Daren kind of lotted these weapons up in different letters. And it sold to Gunner again. Thank you so much, Gunner, for $4.
Yep.
So,
and of course shipping, which
right,
you know, we
shipping.
don't touch.
Plus shipping to boot.
Yeah.
So yeah, good job for that. And let's see, what else did we get? Did we get anything else on Mercari besides that? Yes, we did. We did. This came from the Berry Buy. So this was part of the Berry Buy. Of course, it didn't have a hook, right? It had some damage, so we kind of looked at it and said, hey, guy, you're not going to get premium for this because of the condition of the card, right? It's got some stuff happening. But still good on the figure and what it's in, so it's still got some value, right? It's not
the pack looks good overall. It's just the top, and you cannot get, no matter what it is, mint prices for something that looks like and people's going to nickel and dime you on.
Right. So we shared it with Levon. So it was the Michelangelo Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles action figure 2012 damaged card. And we explained it and showed it pictures. Going out to Levon. Hey there, Levon. Thanks so much. And it sold for $15.99. Not too bad. I don't even know what you paid. Maybe $2, $5.
I think it was
$4.
$4.
It wasn't a lot. It wasn't a lot. Yeah. But it was in a big buy. So when you can do mass, you can throw all this stuff together and come up with a price.
Right.
So
We try to price things enough so we can come down a little bit if we have to.
Sure. And that's why
you can never break even.
Sourcing is at its best. Correct. Let's see, what else did we have? So we're trying to go with, we got this, we got that, that's on eBay. Oh, I think we have another one. That's why I'm holding back, folks. Here we go. Here it is. This is, and if not, we'll backtrack, right? This is the 1957 B as in boy, blue silver certificate, $1 average circulated note. And this actually didn't have shipping. The only bad part is to get tracking, it may cost me about the price you've sold it for to get it.
It happens, unfortunately.
Mistake.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's going out to Christina. Hey there, Christina, for $4.55.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. It's made a little bit, 150% markup on that, so not too bad. All right, so I think that is all of the Mercari for the moment. If not, I will come back to it.
Well, it's not, but it is for today.
Right. Well, the thing is what I did last night is I kind of weighed everything in and all of that and printed out all the labels. Special Mercari, it's already a said done deal, so it's just a matter of spinning them out. So kept it where I didn't have to go upstairs and have to sit there and get it all done. So kind of helped myself today since I knew I was going to be busy today. All right, so let's...
So, how'd you do? Did you do any good out there?
I did fantastic. So, helped a couple people and working through.
You got an appointment to do again?
No. All I got to do is it's going to be a phone call this time.
Phone call.
So
okay.
yeah, so doing well there, and looking forward to this fall when I help folks with their Medicare options and all of that stuff.
And where can they get a hold of you if they need help, Kathy, in the state of Indiana?
Call me, text me.
Yeah.
If you guys are really serious about that, and you are in the state of Indiana, I do have my information all on my Facebook page. So you can call me, text me, whatever you would like to do.
Or contact Madcap Toys Facebook group.
That's
we
right.
do have a small
That's
group.
Right. Private message me, whatever.
And then your Whatnot group's astronomical.
It's astronomical. Almost 6,500 members at Whatnot Reseller Community.
And it's
you guys
smashing
rock.
my little Facebook group, ain't it?
We love you, and we'll keep it coming. We have fun there at WRC.
WRC. I don't have a clue what you're talking about.
Whatnot Reseller Community. WRC.
Okay.
We're gonna have to make him We're gonna have to make him a T-shirt. We're gonna have to make him a T-shirt.
And by the way, we are looking into getting us a T-shirt maker.
Yes, a T-shirt. Well, not necessarily that, but to get design transfers for Madcap Toys and Madcap Toys Plus, and getting a T-shirt press so I can press the transfers on to get our own bunches
I'll
of
probably end up
Madcap.
selling a few.
We'll see. We'll see where it goes from there.
Yeah.
Right now, it's just a for us thing to advertise, but nothing for outside as of yet.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm on the paid and shipped here, so I'm trying to figure out where I am.
Yummy yam.
Let's see here. So I had to go from paid to ship.
You know, I want a ham sandwich with cheese.
That's a good thing to say on film. Said no one. All right, so I do have this here. Daren had to find this in the odds and ends tote. One of these days, we're going to have to name another odds and ends tote something other than odds and ends because there's two, and it confuses me greatly.
Odds and ends 1, odds and ends 2. They're brothers.
Well, that doesn't have 2, so eventually we're going to have to rename that. 1984 vintage Hasbro G.I. Joe Cobra Rattler cockpit front part. So basically a cover, right? Was found in one of the odds and ends totes. Going out to John. Hey, John, thanks so much. Took advantage of the Madcap Junebug 10% off coupon. And it sold for $7.98.
And guys, that's not a atypical price for us. Very rarely do we price things above $9 on these parts, weapons, accessory lots.
Nope.
So be sure to check out the store for it. Don't forget to follow and like the store on eBay especially. But also like us on Mercari if you go over there and you prefer to shop there.
Yeah.
Because you will find parts at rock bottom prices, especially compared to a lot of other people.
Absolutely.
And a lot of times I move them at $3.
Pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Check those out. All right, and in the coin field, Daren kind of gave a little deal here on this one. This is it's very old. 1862 silver seated Liberty $50 average circulated, found in the coin desk, going out to Steve. Hi there, Steve. For $52.
$52.
Very good deal because Daren had on it $69.98.
Yep.
So what was that? Would have been 15% off, maybe?
Yeah.
15-ish?
I mean, I can't always do deals like that because obviously the market dictates things.
Silver spot price. Sure.
But we try to work with our people as best we can because we know a lot of people, it's like, 5%, 10% ain't a deal. But guys, there's sometimes you can't do any better than that.
It's true. Very true. And another coin, guys. This is from the coin desk as well. Very, very nice. Remember the Walking Liberty Halves? I don't remember them, but I remember them when we started coin collecting, right?
Well, I remember they used to be what I called the gold halves because people
halves?
love them. I mean, when you get to Franklin's, forget it.
Yeah. And most of the time on the average circulator, you're not going to see them in pristine, full-blown condition. Or if you do, they're going to be worth some money.
They're worth serious
but of course, this is silver, right? So always be looking for silver. 1919 silver Walking Liberty $50 average circulated, going out to Ben. Hi there, Ben. Thanks so much. For $25.98. Can you imagine a 50-cent piece is now worth about $25-30 bucks.
Well, for all you collectors and wannabe collectors, get those early dates, and especially most of the time those mint marks are key.
Absolutely, they sure are.
So keep an eye out for it. And if you're a newer collector, younger collector, we all make mistakes. Don't get upset if you do make one, but learn from those mistakes and learn that there are key dates, and those key dates, semi-rare, semi-keys, can really be worth a lot of money in your pocket if you stumble across them and you're getting from somebody especially that don't quite know what they're doing.
It's true. Very, very true. All right, Brian took advantage of this. This was found in the Marvel box in the Toy Barn. This is the 1996 Marvel Comics Spectacular Spider-Man Rebirth number 241. Going out, of course, to Brian. Hi, Brian.
That is a nice comic, by the way.
For, wow, $3.23. Good deal. Looks like they took advantage of maybe about a 10% off or something like that. So good job. Going out to you in the AM again. For those of you that haven't seen us and are new to the channel, we do package all of our comics in a Gemini cardboard mailer. It protects them, keeps them from damage as best as possible. And ever since we've done it, knock on veneer, vinyl, or whatever, fiberglass.
Only time we had problems, we had one season, I think it's back when we had the COVID first starting, where we had problems getting our supplies in, and we had to sort of cheat and use insulated bubble mailers. We had one problem, but that's been several years ago.
Yeah, it's been a long time ago, but still, we don't mess with that. We still do
like
Geminis.
to send them in Gemini. That's the best way for those.
Yep. And here is an oldie but a goodie. We have here from the Aliens movie. Very, very nice. Coming off the right wall there in the Toy Barn. 1992 new mint on card Alien Space Marine Corporal Hicks. Or Corporate Hicks. Corp Hicks. from the Space Marines collector action figure going out to Catherine. Hi there, Catherine. Thanks so much for 20 bucks.
And we have one more left if I read my
we do
right.
not have Corporate Hicks left, but we do have other Aliens action figures.
Did they accidentally post 2? Because I thought it said 2.
No,
on
there
deck.
is only one. We have no more Corporate
Okay,
Hicks.
then sell it. Good deal.
There you go. It's sold.
I'll take that.
All right, and lastly, isn't this adorable? When I saw it, I was like, we must have.
All right.
So cute.
Did we get that from Ben or?
I believe we got it from a
Pallet?
big buy, a order online big buy
Okay.
that we had, that they had like 50 to 70% off of, and I
Okay.
took advantage of it. I do have one more of this. If you have a little cutie at home that wants this cute little soccer ball, it looks like a puppy, got one left. Little Tyke Sports Soccer Pal size 3 from the Army shelf going out to Catherine. And yes, thank you so much, Catherine. We do have one left. And it sold for $12.59 plus
Shipping to boot.
shipping to boot. This is so
Yeah,
cute.
it's actually
I just love
sort of
it.
cool. I really like it.
I'm a fan of Little Tyke's stuff. It's
I'll
really,
be
really
honest
cool.
with you, and we mentioned him the other day,
Mhm.
but if we was down there with my brother's dog, I'd throw
Copper?
him that ball because I know he'd beat
What?
the tire out of it and love it.
He probably need a little bit smaller. That's
Well,
more
yeah,
like
but he hits it with his paws.
okay,
That's
a little
what
kick
I like.
around,
Yeah.
but he's a little.
He's like a
tiny.
human.
Yeah, he really is. He'll just sit there and lay on an ottoman, and he will just like throw like a little bear in the air and try to catch it with his paws like this. It's really weird but cute. One of these days I want to catch
very
it on film,
intelligent.
and I'm going to put it on as a short. I want you to see this, guys, because it is so adorable, but he is very intelligent.
Yeah. He's
might even-
probably the smartest dog I've seen in a long time.
He's pretty cool. He's pretty
Yeah.
cool. I don't have anything else to say. I just wanted to kind of reach out to you guys, see what you thought about the Mercari Layoff thing happening. What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments below. We want to hear about what you think. And hope your sales are doing great. Of course, this is the end of the week for you, so hopefully you're going to get ready for an awesome weekend for more sales and more fantastic stuff happening. In the meantime, the next couple of days, I'm going to be listing some more on the new store, eBay store, Madcap Toys Plus. The link is in the description below. Check it out and follow us. And Daren, of course, we're holding Madcap Toys up. Of course, that's not going to be lost. We're just seeing what we can move around to get some old stock moving and getting more of the fresh stuff seen. We're just trying to play the traffic game. Let's put it that. We're going to try the traffic game to see where it takes us. But guys,
we're going to reshuffle, babe. That's what it is.
we're going to shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. All right, guys, you have been fantastic. Have a fabulous weekend, and until next time.
Bye-bye, all.
Bye-bye.